Everybody's working for the weekend. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, everybody. Where do I, right here? Oh.
Would you, no. Oh. Next time you can go just right here.
Oh, okay.
There's April.
Hello, April.
My phone's on the charger, so I can't tell everybody that we're finally live.
Okay, well, I can do that.
There's City Girl Country Heart. What a day, what a day, what a day, what a day.
Yeah, it's been a fun one, Robin. You got some sun today. No. Nope.
Not today.
Not some sun.
Mark is in the house.
But I got some hops.
So we also found 2 other keyboards down over there when we cleaned up this place a little bit. So
Cool.
We've got the keyboards. All we need is the computers and the monitors. So how is this Saturday? It really started out kind of because we woke up to a big old honking storm.
Yes.
Had to milk cows in the rain.
Yeah, don't recommend that.
Good thing we got a milking barn.
I know, right?
That's a good job, Jason. That's a good job making
Good
that
job, Daddy.
Yeah, you're welcome. Do it because I love you.
Is that really why you do it? Or is it for the butter?
The butter. The butter on my popcorn.
The butter on the popcorn. That's it. That's how it goes.
Which we should be making this evening.
That's a blush of a different kind. That's exactly right. Yeah, when I've had a little bit, like it doesn't even have to be enough to be drunk. Like it's just enough.
I thought we weren't going to talk about this.
What?
I don't understand the rules anymore.
I wasn't saying, I'm not, how do you say? Christy Betts. How do you always do that? We go, hello, everybody. Everybody come on in.
I slept through
all
the storms this morning. Yeah. I wish I could have.
Yeah, I know. We got up about 6:30. Excuse me. And, we were sitting down. We like to have our coffee before we go out to milk because if we take it out with us.
That's a rule. You have to have coffee before you deal with cows.
Yes.
Because
it's definitely recommended.
If you deal with cows before coffee, nothing good ever happens. It's like going out in town after midnight.
Nothing good happens after midnight.
Nothing good ever happens out in town after midnight. So nothing good ever comes out of trying to deal with cows
without having coffee first.
Without at least 1 cup of coffee. That's bare minimum. 1 cup of coffee.
So we got up about 6:15, 6:30, had our coffee, and then we went out.
She just tries to rip it off and
tries to take it off, and we can't let her run around the house because she, TJ, what's up?
So
a week ago Thursday, I had some issues with my episodes. I have been making sure I get as much sleep. Yeah, I mean that's definitely when you don't have enough sleep, it can mess with everything else. I don't deal with anything until coffee. That needs to be a shirt. I don't deal with anything until coffee.
Have you guys seen the screwdriver that has the hole on it that I use for the tighteners.
Mm-mm.
You were supposed to leave it in that water trough.
I looked in there in the truck and they're not there because I thought I left it in the truck.
Don't know. Unless
Well, we're gonna have to make or go buy a little tackle box or a little toolbox or something.
What is that for?
That is for the electric. It's those little white things, like when you're dealing with the metal wire. It's got a aluminum
High tensile.
Yeah. You have that tightener that looks like a come along. It's basically it's a bull, but it has the ball and it has the teeth on it like a come along. Well, for your braided wire, they've made one. It's
that white.
It's that white thing, and it has it. But if you want to release it because you made a paddock a different size, you have to unscrew this mechanism on the back. But then you got to use a square-headed screwdriver, like a square bit, and then kind of push in on
to release it
to release the tension. It's aggravating, but at the same time
works really well.
It works really well with the braided wire. And so she misplaced her square-headed screwdriver.
Yeah.
I don't.
We probably need just like how we're doing the buckets. We probably need. Can we get an extra one of those somewhere?
Oh yeah, we can pick them up there. We could probably pick them up at Harbor Freight.
Okay, so we may need to get 2 or 3 of them and just put them in the buckets to have.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what we were supposed to do, and I'm thinking about just saying forget it with the buckets because the girls, when the pigs get out, or we have a tree fall on something, and the pigs get out, or the cows get loose, or electric fencing is great. Don't get me wrong. And my opinion is that Gallagher is the best on the market. But even Gallagher, with all of their wisdom and everything that they're coming out with to make it easier to run animals on electric fencing, cannot do anything about branches falling.
No, I mean.
They can't do anything about monsoons coming in the ground getting so wet that the pig will just walk by and as he's rooting push up a pole up out of the ground.
Right.
So animals get out.
Right.
And so the girls will just, you got to be moving quick when animals get out because you don't want them wandering around in the street getting hit by a car and then having to deal with all of that rigmarole. And you definitely don't want them to get in the garden or get here, get there. So they grab a bucket, first thing that's available. All of our buckets are white.
Right.
So all of the animals equivocate those white buckets
with feed.
So they'll dump it out right there with the full intention
of putting it back.
But the animal gets a wild hair up its butt or something, and whammo, 3 hours later, you're worn out, you're tired,
and you don't
frustrated, and you don't think about putting all that stuff back. And that's how rubber mallets get lost.
Right.
That's how the tent stakes get lost. The 550 cord.
We walk it through the pasture and find a pile of stuff. Found it.
So there's got to be
some way
something better to be able to. And it may be we just keep a toolbox in the truck that has, a couple of screwdrivers in it, a couple of those square head drivers in it, extra of those tighteners, tent stakes.
Maybe we need to keep something like that now that the milk barn has kind of become a central location.
But still, you still would have to run down to the milk barn. With it being summertime now, we're putting the IBC tote back in the truck. because we have guaranteed watering 2-3 times a day.
Right.
And so instead of dragging hoses all over the place and messing stuff up, especially when we're putting the garden in, we've gone back to the IBC tote. So the truck has been
moving around
with us. And so, and plus with the truck, you're able to put fence posts in the back of the truck, so that way you can move them to the next area. And it's just a very,
I was just thinking of it being a secondary. I wasn't saying like that's the main one. I was just thinking that's like the halfway point between the pastures in the back and the pastures in the front. So
right, I get you. But the problem with that is then if they misplace the one in the truck, they know that that secondary one there, so they're not going to look for the one that they misplaced. They're just going to come grab that one, and then we're out. We're missing 2.
Gotcha.
We can get 2 or 3, put the thing together, and hide
like we do everything
the
else
other
around
one,
here.
so that way if it breaks or something, I mean, cause
like how many of you parents have like an underwear drawer that has more than just underwear in it because you have to hide stuff from your kids, like pens or lighters for lighting up fires, or like
I have pens, pencils, lighters.
What else do we have?
Spare keys.
Like our underwear drawer is not even for underwear anymore. Is it rainy out there? It looks cloudy. It was, and it was cloudy. Now it's dark. So, but yeah, it rained till about what 10. Almost 10, because then we had to go we were waiting for it to break so that we could go get feed, because it's really not fun doing feed in the rain. No. We've had to do it, but not fun.
So the KitchenAid finally came.
Oh, Friday.
After that, you guys remember that debacle that we were talking about with
it's been now almost 2 week issue, because it was supposed to be delivered 2 Fridays ago.
So after the live tonight, we will be making our
making butter.
First round of butter. So I'm super excited about that. We have like 3 gallons of cream to
So what you're saying is lockout tags at your house go unnoticed? I can make kids no touch tags.
It'll get ignored.
They don't care. They don't care.
It will get ignored.
Yeah, so it rained, and then it broke, and then we went ahead and went and got feed, and then came back, and then...
You know, when we went down this adventure to get these jerseys, I was quite confident with our knowledge, our experience, and stuff with cows.
I mean, we've been milking cows on and off since pretty much the beginning. I mean...
But I have learned some things. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag of what I learned, because I'm going to be making...
Hey, Amy!
I'm going to be making a video about some of the new things that we have learned. But they are definitely... They have definitely refueled my fire to want to derail the whole commercial food system. They've also, really made me feel extremely more confident and comfortable with our food independence level. And these I just love these cows.
Well, it's funny because we've been kind of going back and forth about whether or not we were going to trade them in, because we weren't sure what was going on with them at first. And that immediately...
That was you and Sam.
That was immediately like my poor husband. I always get accused of being the chicken lady, the crazy chicken lady. And now it's like Jason has become attached to the baby goats.
Amy's trying, but
know.
she ain't gonna get me like I got her good.
Did you get her good?
In one.
Jason has become very attached to baby goats. He loves baby goats.
No, I'm not attached. I thought we had this conversation in private. I am not attached to baby goats.
And he loves Thelma. Thelma's his girl.
Thelma's my girl.
And this morning.
Thelma loves me.
This morning, so the routine is normally we milk Louise first. And then we milk Thelma. And Jason will, when we're finished with Louise, he'll get her on her walking lead and take her up to the pasture. Then we milk Thelma, then he comes down and gets Thelma, takes her up to the pasture. Well, today that was changed because we decided to keep them under the barn.
Well, I mean, it was a monsoon
right.
when we were milking. And so I said, put them back in, we'll just put them back in the stall.
Right. So that's what we did. Of course, our routine was not really made for that because when we opened the gate to get Thelma out, we had to put Louise back in. So it was kind of, we just had to be a little more careful of what we were doing, which was fine. We handled it fine. But they weren't used to that. So when I went to grab Thelma, Jason was still inside drying off from doing the first part of the morning chores. And I went to grab Thelma to bring her into the stanchion. And she was looking around like,
well, she doesn't like you.
Where's Daddy at?
She doesn't like you because you...
Well, right now she doesn't like me.
Because you're doing what you got to do, but she has these eye boogers. And because Thelma has allergies.
No, that's what we're thinking it is.
Oh.
I mean, it's not affecting anything else. She's not running a fever. She's not... Her poop is normal. Like, all of the things that you would look for in a sick cow.
Yeah, her eyes are not sunken
she doesn't
in.
have.
Her ears are not droopy. Her ears are warm.
Right.
She's
just
her
got
nose
some...
is moist.
Yeah, she doesn't have any mucus coming out of her nose. It's literally just in her eyes. And the reason why I did that, I started cleaning it, is because I noticed when we were up there, the first time I noticed it, there were... flies trying to get into her eyes, and we knew from past experience what that turns into.
Bring pink eye.
And we did not want to deal with that. So I was like, get me some Q-tips and some warm water, and I will clean that stuff out so that it's not a problem.
Yeah. So
that's what I've been doing every morning and every evening, is staying on top of that so that it is not a problem. So, yeah, she associates that with me because right now I'm the one going in there and it's funny because you can see when I start to do it, you can see that she gets some relief from it, because it's like when you wake up in the morning and you got crusties in your eyes and you want to go ahead and get them out. It's the same kind of thing. Jason is the cow daddy. So you
almost there.
She prefers Jason. And it's really funny to watch because in the afternoon, when he goes to get her to walk her down to milk, she'll take her sweet time and she'll let him like lean on her and put his arm over her and hug on her, and like they're walking down, and it's the cutest thing I've ever seen. So, and then
you remember that conversation when we said there was boundaries?
When she gets in the stanchion, Jason will like brush her.
You're over the line.
She'll brush her.
The line. Mm-hmm.
What was that?
It was Nanny telling you the line is a dot to you.
What was that? The ice? Does that thing make ice?
I hope not. Because it doesn't have any water going to it, so if it makes ice...
yeah, that's a good thing. What was that?
Well, I unplugged it.
Oh, I guess the ice fell off
the frost.
Okay, I was like, that was weird. But yeah, so she definitely likes Jason a lot. So like tonight, we were coming back from something, and LaDessa had been milking the cows by herself, which was fine. She had it all under control. But when she went to put Thelma back,
Louise
had moved into Thelma's stall.
Yeah, Louise is
Louise,
definitely.
like I
Louise is a diva.
She's a heifer.
She's a diva.
When you call somebody a heifer, I want y'all to know this. There is a reason why we use the term heifer for difficult women. Because I'm telling you, this cow is a heifer. She's a heifer. She is difficult. She is very set in her ways on how she wants to do something. And if you don't like that, then deal with it. She's a heifer.
And all email regarding Robin's choice of words here about difficult women, you can send that email to robinrear@gmail.com.
We all use that term to describe certain women with the word heifer. I'm like, she is a heifer.
Again, that's robinrear@gmail.com.
No walkabout. No, it's not a walkabout. She just walks her. He walks her up the driveway to take her to the pasture. See, our niece Rayleigh is known as heifer at our house. I'm telling you. Hey there, it's your sugar mama. I'm back.
Woohoo!
Who is that? Shared Homestead.
You remember way back in the day, there was a lady up in Maine. I can't remember her name. This is back Homestead Network time. And I used to call her my sugar mama.
Oh, what was her name?
Way back in the day.
Oh God, I know who you're talking about too.
Yeah.
Jason, she's telling the truth. I'm telling you, all women know this. Like, we call other women that are difficult, we call them heifers. Like, whether it's to your face or not, call you a heifer.
Hey, again, that's robinrear@gmail.com.
Just saying.
Robin Rear.
My hair is getting really long, honey.
Mm-hmm.
And I cut it and you didn't even notice.
What did you think? Choosing my battles.
Oh, okay. Susan! Got it. I remember because she was trying to get us to move up there.
Mm-hmm.
I remember.
She was at that particular point in time. She was my only person in my corner when I was pushing for us to move to Maine.
I remember her.
She was the only one.
Awesome.
And if memory serves me correctly, I think she was a truck driver, or her husband was a truck driver, or something like that.
I don't know. It's been a long time. Like, that's like 4 or 5 years ago.
A long time ago.
Yeah. I call my husband a heifer some days. I could see Brett being a heifer. I could. I love you, Brett, but I could see you being a heifer sometimes. However, Amy, I love you to death, but I'm sure your husband's called you a heifer behind his back too. I've earned the term heifer. I know people have called me a heifer before. But that's what I think is funny, is that we use this term, and I'm telling you, if you got a chance to see how Louise acts, you would completely understand where that term, you better behave, baby. He must be working.
So, one of the things that I love about these cows and their personality.
Yes, they most definitely do have personalities.
Thelma's laid back.
Yes. She's older. What is she, 4?
Yeah.
He has since been a driver.
She's laid back.
Retired.
She will walk and, we'll talk up there and on the way back.
Oh, yeah? What does she say?
You don't want to know.
Robin's a heifer. Keep her
Don't
away from me.
Don't let that heifer touch my
eyeballs.
Um,
Maniac grandma, yeah.
Louise. that heifer.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, but
if you sneeze, it freaks her out.
Well,
because she just
all 4 feet.
All 4, and she spreads her feet out like this, and she's like,
just stops. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
What's going on with you, homie?
Oh, I'm home. I'm sitting next to her within reach. So I'm typing instead of talking. That's awesome. It was funny because the other day Jason he sneezed because the pollen is so bad, and she was just walking, and then all of a sudden she just stopped, and I thought a cat or the dog had barked or something and made her, and he's like, no, I literally sneezed, and she
she does
not
like it
stopped.
When you sneeze.
But
it freaks her out.
But one thing I will say about Louise is that she's going to be
a great cow.
Oh my God. Like, she's already really good, but she's young. She is definitely a heifer. And
But she's calm in the stanchion.
Right. She's great as far as her demeanor goes. Like, if we're trying to get her to let her milk down, like, Ladessa will wipe her udder with a warm thing, and, like, she'll get kind of rough to, like, because if you've seen a calf try to eat off of mom, they will literally, like, there are times when you want to go, oh, that hurt. Like, it wasn't even me, and I'm like, ow. So I know that to simulate that, that's how the calf lets.
Could you imagine what it would have been like if, like, Ladessa and you weren't dropping the milk when they were babies?
No.
And they were just like, Googa!
They'd have ended up on the other side of the floor. No, but, like, there are times where they, like, hit up in that bag and you're like, oh, I don't even want to watch that. Like,
drop that milk, Mama.
So that's the thing is, like, sometimes to let them know, you got to simulate that, and you kind of,
Well, you're just rough with them getting
getting everything going, and so that they'll drop their milk. And she doesn't move, she doesn't kick, like, she is.
And one of the funny things now is they won't leave the milking stanchion until they're brushed.
Well, you must have done that because I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
But they both are very well behaved, except Louise is a heifer. Louise has, I've got that there, and now I've got this here.
Okay, that was like the very first.
No, this was Monday. This just happened this past week. And then you can't see it on my eye now.
Oh, here we go. There are flies. She's going to switch her tail.
No. Y'all, this is no fly matter. I am telling you, that is trying to give me a black eye.
That's because she has it out for you.
She does. So the other day when we were milking, she swatted her tail and it caught me right in the eye, and like right here, it looks like I have eyeliner, but it's actually a bruise, like the bone or whatever. What is it, cartilage or a bone?
So
and she bruised my eye.
So you're wanting the, what do we got?
Yes,
19,
yes.
20 people
you know why?
in our
Because here's the thing.
Stream. You want these people to believe.
Yes, because
you want these people to believe that a cow gets into a milking stanchion while it's eating the yummy goodness that we have created, because she absolutely loves it. That the thought on her mind is not about eating or dropping her milk. It's about, I'm going to punch this lady in the eye with my tail.
I am telling you, she does. Because, have you ever seen the show NCIS where Gibbs smacks DiNozzo in the back of the head? She does that to me every time we get in the milking stanchion. I will have my head down. I started wearing a baseball cap. Jason's like, wear a baseball cap. It will help keep the tail from getting to your eye. Okay, I'll bite. I'll wear it. So I literally make sure that my head is down so that the brim is there where the tail would be. What does she do? I get 4 or 5 every time we milk. And she does it on purpose. I am telling you. Film it tomorrow. Film it. I am telling you she does it on purpose. There will not be a fly in nowhere near. And she's like, I get at least 4 or 5 times. It is not funny. And the kicking she doesn't do. Yeah, Sam says they will try to aim at you. I'm telling you, she does it intentionally. And if I don't keep my head down, if I have my head off to the side where the side of my eye is exposed from the brim of the cap, the tail will actually hit right underneath my eye. And so I've had to literally make sure that my head is, I'm facing her bag and I've got my head down so that if she comes across it, she doesn't hit me. But she does. She literally
Maybe
will
she's
aim
telling
at
you
me.
to talk, that you shouldn't be talking to Dessa. You should just be focusing on the milking.
Sure, that's what it is.
Well, I mean, that's about as
Actually, what she's doing is she's telling me, hey, get that fat man down here so he can milk me.
That's not what she's saying.
But yeah, she... I thought that was kids talking.
So did I.
But then I heard a pig.
Might have been pigs.
Sorry. The way that our studio is positioned, we've got pigs over here, and we got kids over here, and we got goats right over there. So it's like sometimes some of the noises that come through catch us a little off guard. But we put music, just like I put in the video. We've put music on in there, and they seem to like that. But
maybe you're not milking to the beat, and she's trying to tell you, here's the
catch
rhythm.
up. I'm telling you, she manure beaded tail to the face. Yeah, I mean, and that's another thing. I've got to get in there. She's got a couple dingleberries that we got to cut off because they're yucky. Learn from Jason on how to be the best cow daddy. Yeah, probably. But she does. My eye still hurts. Like the actual, like if I just barely touch my eye through my eyelid, I still have pain. And I know Jason is sitting over there just he's absolutely put no credibility to this the whole time. And that's fine. Wait until she does it to you, and then I'll just return the favor. But it does not feel good. My eye still hurts.
Well, I mean, I've been down there milking, and she's swishing her tail, but...
No, I think it's whatever part of the tail that hit me, because it wasn't like the hair. It was the actual, like, whatever. Is it bone or is it cartilage?
It's cartilage.
Whatever it is, it's hard enough that it made me cry. I was crying for probably a good 10 minutes. And it hurt pretty bad. So... I've had to start taking, just a funny aside, I've had to start taking pictures of when this stuff happens with the cow next to me. Like, I'm not getting beat up at home because...
Why do you automatically go there?
I'm coming in. Well, because I had somebody ask me. They're like, what did you do? Like, this is the second time you've gotten hit in the arm. And I'm like, I promise you it's a cow, like, for real. And then I came in the other day, and I have this line. It's, like, right here across my eye. And they're like, did the cow do that too? I'm like, yes, her tail. Promise you. Call my daughter. She'll tell you. Got me good. Like, I was crying for 10 minutes about it. Couldn't see out of that eye for a while. Like, it was like, what is it? Like, the little star, fuzzy, whatever. And I'm like, no. Maybe you can video Jason singing and talking to the cow, then you can play it while you milk. It's not even that. It's
I don't sing.
Don't cut them off, soak the tail. It's like, I don't know how I would soak them.
In water. True story.
I'm gonna start giving people a reason to ask you. Yeah. So, anyway, it's been J3GS. That's not our truck.
That's a motorcycle.
Henry Alcock. Hello.
Happy Easter to you too, sir.
Happy Easter.
Yeah, tomorrow's Easter.
It is.
He's risen.
It is. That's right. I don't think I'm up for a milk cow getting old. I'll tell you, like, I actually enjoy milking, hand milking. We're gonna get our pieces for our machine, but it goes back to what my son said. And I remember when we first started milking, we had a machine, but we had a concrete pad that we milked on. So it was nice to have the machine because once you ran everything through it to sterilize it and keep it clean, we would take that water and pour it on the concrete pad, and it would flush everything, like if they pooped or if we had feed, flush it through to the other side. And so that was always really nice to have. But now I'm looking at like what our setup is, and every time we have to sanitize that machine is going to be fun. And so I'm looking at, this is how I have to sanitize when I'm hand milking and the bucket. But with the machine, you got to get all the tubes.
5 minutes. I'll be quite happy to clean the machine.
Wow, that's cool.
What?
Are you celebrating it? Do you have a P.O. box so I can send you some chocolate because I make my own?
Oh, that's nice.
That's pretty neat.
No, we don't have a P.O. box, but you can send it straight to our address.
Which I think we have on our... Do we have it on our YouTube?
I don't think so. But you can send us an email and we will send you...
Yeah, if you send us an email, we'll send it out to you. But yeah. As far as getting older, I think... Like Jason has a hard time with milking because you broke both your hands when you were younger. Mm-hmm. So he still has basically boxer's fractures, is that what they're calling, or something. So it's very hard for him to consistently do that. But I don't really have that hard of a time. Father-in-law told the kids that the tail was a hand crank for milking. Well, what was really funny is when it happened, Ladessa was doing everything she could to help me, like, not feel bad. Because she could tell I was crying. Like, I was sobbing, crying. Like, I was really upset. Because Jason didn't think that anything had happened. And so he was giving me a hard time. And he couldn't see me. And, like, you couldn't see my face or anything. So I was just really feeling bad. And
made
so...
from Highland cow milk.
So I had a really rough morning. And so Ladessa was trying really hard to like cheer me up and help me out. So she's trying to hold the tail while she's milking the other teat. I know, it was pretty funny. So she held the tail for me for a little while, and then Louise was not having that. She wasn't kicking, but she would lift her foot up like knock it off. And but so far milking the cows has been very productive. We've gotten a lot of milk for our pigs.
It's helped out the homestead tenfold.
Mm-hmm.
Like John Seymour in his book, The Self-Sufficient Life and How to Live It, he says that even on a 1 acre and a 5 acre farm, on a 1 acre farm, he says you need to make the decision whether or not you're going to have a cow or not, because if you're going to, then that's going to have a completely different setup than if you're not.
Mm-hmm.
But on a 5 acre one, he definitely says that you should have a cow.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason, his reasoning behind it, and I completely agree with it because we see it firsthand, is if we let's just say that we just had Louise. Louise has given us about a gallon and a half
each milking. Mm-hmm.
So for a day, that could be 2 to 3 gallons. Our family only goes through a gallon in a week. Right? So there's a lot of milk
that could go to waste.
It could go to waste, but it doesn't. Mm-hmm. What we do is we'll put some of our pig feed, the all stock feed that we feed our pigs. We put that in there, and
the first thing is the cream. You have to separate the cream out, so then that takes
I feel like
some
that's
of the.
I feel like that's a given.
Well, yeah, but that takes away some of the milk, and then the rest of it.
And we then fill up that bucket that has the feed in there, and then we let it sit overnight. And what it does, that's why when a lot of people were small particles, dust, whatever you want to call it, that when you add the milk to it, it binds with the milk. And then you have like this oatmeal type of feed. And that will definitely put some weight on some pigs. Now when we go to make the butter, we'll save the buttermilk. We'll use the buttermilk. You know, then when we start making cheese, you'll have the whey that you can give to the pigs or to the chickens or whatever. So it also supplements our feed big time.
Well, and the other thing too is that as you let that sit, some of that stuff is going to expand. So like your pelleted feed, when that moisture gets in there, it'll, you know, expand a little bit. And so after you do all of that, the feed, you know, they get more from that. So, you know, it helps to fill them up and everything as well. He maybe into high quality protein and fats. That's exactly right. Yep. Yep.
So I think we're probably going to come up with some T-shirts with the cows and some sayings and stuff. So
that's definitely in the works. We just gotta find
somebody that can make them again.
So anyway, but yes, and not just that, but like it's when you've got cows, it's got to be all hands on deck.
Well,
milking cows. You can't have, because like even when we had our very first one, I didn't necessarily help with all of the other chores, but I helped with I did the milking, you know.
And you know, like how we were talking with the cows, with the wheat and condensed milk.
Yep. We're getting a family cow next month and doing the calf share thing to start out with.
And then plus you'll to be able to keep them in milk, you got to get them bred every year. And we just had a little bit of a flicker.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. But...
So you may need to refresh. I don't know what happened with that. I hope nobody hit a telephone pole or something. You know, but there's on the road to being self-sufficient and self-reliant. I think, in my personal opinion, that because livestock is important, okay? But I think that chickens are a given. Okay, egg-laying chickens, a dual-purpose breed of chickens, they're a given. But I think the next two important ones are pigs and cows. Now, of course, if you have smaller acreage, you may have to not do a cow, but do La Manchas.
Yeah, do goats.
Do a dairy goat. But
hey, cow,
so much comes from those two animals. You have your pigs. You get bacon. You know,
ham.
They turn food waste and grass and grubs and worms into bacon. But they'll clear a land, spot a land for you. They'll till it up, fertilize it. They will fix holes in the dam if you have a water source. You put them over there by your pond. And they'll wallow around in it and fix it. They are definitely your garbage disposal.
Yes. For the most part.
Yeah. And then your cows, you know, we have 21 acres. So I always say cows. We've always had cows. Goats have always been a challenge because even John Seymour says that if you can figure out how to keep the goat out of your garden, you're better than me because I've not been able to figure it out. And so goats are a challenge because they've completely believed that the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, and they're going to do everything they can to get to it.
Right.
Even though it's the same grass that they have right there that they could be chewing on.
Mm-hmm.
But you get limited, like for example, with a goat. You can have a La Mancha may put out a gallon a day. You have to have a cream separator or know some trick to be able to separate that cream to be able to make the butter. Where with the cow's milk, you just kind of let it sit and the cream rises to the top.
Right. With a goat is naturally homogenized.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And so that's one of those things, you know. And
that's cool. J3GS Farm says, I live in the middle of town and I can have everything but pigs. I have chickens and goats.
That's awesome.
That's what I'm worried about, goats, because I love garden. Yeah, look, they killed my fall garden. It was rough, so I'll take care of that. What do you feed goats without commercial feed? I only have 2 acres.
Goats will eat just about anything.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
They love, like ours love privet. We also, when we cut our grass and the compost stuff is full, compost bin is full, we'll take those grass clippings
and
hey,
Dean family,
give them over to the goats.
Yeah, we've been giving the grass clippings to the goats.
And they chomp down on that. But pretty much, they just...
She said our goats stayed in the fence, but they wouldn't eat grass. What kind of goats were they? Is there anything you can't feed goats?
Now, from what I understand, from like Jason and Lauren at Cattywampus told us, there is a certain grain. It's just
I thought it was alfalfa.
Grain altogether.
Yeah.
That with the male goat, it does something to his boy part. And something gets lodged in there. They just told us to make sure we stay away from grain,
To be honest, I mean, we're still, even though we've had goats for almost 2 years, we're still learning goats. Like, Jessa and I were talking about that today.
Alfalfa hay
changes the
flavor of the milk. So Cattywampus Acres, they're a really good one to go to about goats.
Yeah, they definitely know quite a bit about goats. They just did, they bred it took the Nigerian male to the La Manchas, and so they have mini Manchas. So I'm interested to see how that works, because that's something that I think we could see doing, because those La Manchas are a little bit bigger. So we had goats 5 years, just got rid of them. Good night, Henry. LOL, they eat everything but don't eat cans. I think it's too much alfalfa can cause kidney stones in the males. Okay. Yeah. I know, with everything in moderation. You don't want to give them too much of one thing anyway, If you talk to local lawn care people, they'll probably bring you glass clippings daily.
Yeah, that's a good idea too.
The only thing you gotta be careful with that is chemicals. Like if they spray anything on their grass, you kind of want to stay away from that. But just the average person who's just getting their grass mowed.
Your Christmas tree at the end of the year, if you don't put tinsel up on your Christmas tree, You can feed them the Christmas
We
tree.
literally took our vacuum to get all the tinsel off of our tree and then took the tree out to the goats, and they loved it. My friend's goats go out and ate the neighbor's prize rose bushes. Look, when we had pigs and we didn't know that they were not domesticated pigs, ours actually got out and rooted up our neighbor's wife's flower garden, and like it took over a year before she would talk to us, even though we offered to help fix it, and she's just too mad to even talk about it.
But she got over it.
Yeah, well, anyway. So, didn't think about the cat. Yeah, that's the only thing, is you just got to be careful. If somebody sprays their garden with something, then you got to be careful with that. So, but if you just have some regular person that just gets their yard cut, it's not a big deal. Is Timothy grass okay for goats?
No tomatoes for goats.
Too, if I remember correctly. Goats love roses. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Don't let them eat things way down. Parasite load in much of the South can be crazy. That's true.
That is true.
That is very true. And that's one thing that we learned, that Sam, when Mr. Windswept was telling us about with the cows, is let the grass get up to, what do you say, 3 inches? Because anything lower than that, that's when you're going to start running into those parasite problems. So.
But that's why we also rotate with the cows. They're only on that small little paddock.
Just for the day,
the day. And then 3 days later, the chickens come behind them and tear up their cow patties. So then that way. And then even right now, because of the size of the paddock that we're running them on, they're really not eating everything. So then I go in behind the chickens with the lawnmower and mow it down.
Yep.
I don't mow it all the way down, but I give it a haircut, a trim, and then so then that way then we put, God waters it and it grows back. And by the time that they get back to that paddock, is going to probably be well over a month.
Yeah.
So that's good.
It was pretty rough on the goats. I'm sure that it's definitely a different beast down there as far as temperature goes. Is there anything you can't give cows, can't give pigs? It's not so much can't, at least with pigs, they won't eat citrus rinds. We've learned that.
They won't eat citrus.
They'll eat actual citrus. They just won't eat the rinds of it. So, you think you're going to peel it and put it in there, it won't work.
They won't eat radish greens from your hand because you spoil them.
But that was can't give. You could give it to them.
Well, you can give them anything. And if they won't eat it, they'll just stomp it into the ground.
They stomp it into the ground, yeah.
And so then it'll compost away. Cows you have to be a little bit more particular about because cows can get bloat. The cows can eat red clover, but like I learned talking with Mr. Windswept, it can cause bloat, so you have to give them
very little.
If you got red clover in your pasture, you want to kind of overseed with a white clover to kind of choke it out.
Gotcha.
Because they will bloat.
Citrus and rhubarb is bad for pigs. We've never had rhubarb, so I wouldn't know that.
And so they will bloat and that'll kill them. Like Sam said that one time he had a red clover get a cow to bloat and she died in less than 5 hours.
Holy cow.
So you have to be careful with stuff that will make them bloat.
Yeah.
Because you can turn right around and they'll drop. Good things are the white clover, dandelions, plantain. Sheep sorrel. What else we got out
I'm
there?
trying to remember. I don't think they really touched
the Kentucky bluegrass.
I don't think they touched the dock,
Bermuda,
the curly dock.
Curly dock.
We even have like a wild amaranth that grows out there that, so there's all kinds of stuff that's one of the things that I'm happy with that front pastures. There's quite a buffet out there of different stuff.
Yeah, we're going to continue to add to it.
Yeah, goats can get bloat too, yeah. I was going to seed red clover. Look, we were thinking the same thing. Because we were going to throw some red clover. Our neighbor has his whole front field.
Well. Look who just showed up to the party.
I know they are.
Mr. Brighton Entertainment.
But we were going to grab some of his red clover and let it seed out and put it in the pasture, and then
talking to Sam.
You're like, whoa, never mind, forget that.
Don't do that.
So
yeah. I mean, there's cows, you know, you have to be careful with cows.
Yeah. A lot of ornamental plants are toxic to animals.
Yeah.
The only thing worse for goats than goats for dying are sheep.
I don't know. I got 2 sheep I can't kill.
We can't get rid of them.
They won't die for nothing.
No.
Oh. It is what it is.
I saw that, Lost Dude. I saw the article about that they're using goats to clear all the brambles to keep the fire stuff under control.
Yeah. That's a good thing.
A warrior friend. No, he's a superhero friend.
He's a superhero friend.
He's Superman. Superman. So, yeah.
But yeah, I'm a firm believer that I think every homestead should have pigs and cows. There's so much that comes from them. And look, with the way the things that are going now with supply chain issues and everything, I wouldn't be surprised if our government came out and said that and tells everybody to grow a victory garden.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to have a couple of chickens in their backyards.
Yeah.
Now, because I mean, you can put on a tinfoil hat, but it doesn't really change anything. The fact that you've got a war in a country that supplied a lot of the wheat, rye, and stuff for the world. You've got another country that completely locked down one of its ports. And we're still dealing with the ripples effects from 2020 when they locked stuff down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people not wanting to go back to work. So if you have the space, Brian.
He doesn't have the space.
Yes, he does.
We saw goats in North Carolina on the side of the road eating in the mountains.
Put in some raised beds.
I thought you were talking about animals. I'm sorry. I was like, he doesn't have the room for that.
He can do a small flock of chickens. He's got a decent backyard. And really just start growing stuff that you eat and stuff, because 1, it'll be better for you. 2,
yes,
it's going to taste better, and you're going to be like, that fat Irish guy on YouTube was right. You know? And so it's
Swafford Homestead. Hello.
It's definitely something that everybody should. The Vineyard Chicks.
Everybody's just now starting to pile in. That's awesome. Must have been that new live. It just kicked everybody's. We lost 5 goats last year. Had to get them gone. Too stressful. Multiple parts to it, but going to fruit and other veggies for now. Yeah. There was something I was gonna. Oh, so they were saying there's a way to take care of those sheep. A pew pew can take care of those sheep for you.
Yeah, but then I gotta clean them.
Yeah, well. Anyway.
Much rather the bobcat or the coyote.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that Due West Hemp, I think they're still on Facebook, but I don't think they have their website anymore. I think you can still find them on Facebook and reach out to them that way. I gotta get her that. They were having a hard time with, I think it's Shopify or whatever the website was. Excuse me, that was helping them get everything moving.
Brian, if you're still in here, is your son there with you, sitting beside you right now? And if not, go get him, please. and let us know when he is beside you if you're still in here.
I made Alfredo sauce for my son-in-law today and had to get some heavy cream. $4 a pint. Wow.
So I got both Robin and
no, you did not.
Ladessa.
You got Ladessa.
I got
you did
you
not
too.
Get me.
I got you too. And when they were milking and Robin went to pick the bucket up, and I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Do not pick that bucket.
Don't go up any higher.
Don't go up any higher. And Robin was like looking at me, and she's like, what? I said, if you bring the bucket up like this, it will now be pasteurized milk, and we don't want pasteurized milk.
You know, past your eyes. Yeah, so.
Oh, that was funny.
It was not funny.
It was very funny.
Dean family, because the town of Due West is near us. Are you in South Carolina? Because if you are, then that means you're pretty darn close to us.
If they're close to you, then you're close to us.
Oh, Jason, how is that little girl doing? Oh, I don't know. Did this bee swarm leave?
Not yet. I don't think it left.
Not yet.
I think they smoke crack though, because we opened up the bottom, but they still trying to come out the top.
Aww. My cow is letting me pet her hind quarter now while eating in the stand we made. Thank you so much. You guys were so helpful.
Awesome. That makes me feel so good. It makes me feel so good.
I'm interested to see Dean family. I want to know where they are. Crickets. What did you say?
I don't know.
Oh, probably for your joke.
That's because he didn't get it. He's the whole reason why we had to buy 2 cows in case he comes to visit.
He does drink like a gallon a day.
We're just gonna put the cow in the stanchion and put 4 hoses, 1 on each tit, and just have it on ready standby for him.
Yep.
All you got to do is turn a ball valve.
Yes, I'm close to y'all. Messaged with both of y'all before. Jason on Instagram a week or 2 ago.
I think I remember.
Dean family. Would it have been under Dean family or something else?
Well, y'all got to come over for at least Memorial Day when we're cooking these pigs.
Definitely.
I'll be close Monday. I'll stop by for the milk. All right, come on in, Cletus.
I was going to say, come on by.
Yeah, we're COVID free now. What time is it?
How are we not following them? We are now.
Oh.
I can't believe that I didn't. Oh no, that's kinfolk. I was like, that's not them. Huh.
I think I remember talking to him now. I think it might have been him that I was talking to.
I don't know. Anyway, I just want to make sure that one of the things that I keep running into, I don't know, we're going to have to get everything figured out. April, do you put Instagram on one of these links? Because I'm hoping we've changed out. Because one of the things that I have made the oops on doing is like when I tell people, oh, we're on Instagram, and they're like, oh, what are you? And I say Big Bear Homestead. I forget that our Big Bear Homestead Instagram was hacked. So right now, it's actually the Big Bear Homestead. So if you want to keep up with what we've got going on, the Big Bear Homestead is...
It's like the Ohio State.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing right now, just to be able to to be able to get everything, in line. So I was just making sure that that was the one that he messaged with, because I really hope it wasn't the guy that has control over my account right now. So
I think I remember talking to him.
Okay, well that's good. Because I don't see it on here anywhere.
Yeah, okay, now I'm starting to remember, because he went and visited down at Kinfolk Farm a few weeks ago, and that we got kind of talking.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Down to Atlanta from Virginia. He's going in the hot Atlanta.
Ooh. Yikes.
Sorry for you, bro.
Wish I could, but it's going to be a hammer down trip. Yeah, that's... Atlanta's no fun. Traffic there is kind of yucky. So, anyway. Alright, well, it's none.
Hold on, April's checking.
She's checking the link.
April's like, hold on a second, let me check this link.
Yeah, that's not right, because it says Big Bear Homestead, not the Big Bear. Hey Jason, I figured out what was up with my hens and the eggs starting and stopping. Turns out after putting up a trail cam, it was ravens. Huh. So it was stressing them out. I was there back in February. Shane has it. Yeah, she went to Kinfolk's.
Well, I was getting ready to say something. I don't remember. Oh, with the Instagram. We have tried contacting Instagram. We've tried getting people to report it as stolen or hacked.
We've tried everything.
Everything, but Instagram just doesn't care.
The worst part is we actually, the email that he uses for recovery, I was able to get it, so I messaged him, and he tried to extort me for like, what, $500?
$500.
Like, I would be stupid enough to send that to him only to have him say, no, I want more.
Yeah.
So I'm not dumb. But, yeah, so we haven't been able to get a hold of it. But it is what it is. We'll continue to make content. We'll just put it on the Big Bear Homestead instead of Big Bear Homestead. So.
But we're steadily still trying to get that one back, because there was like 2,000 plus. Almost
we had like 2,200.
I thought it was more than that.
But
followers on that one. So.
And see, that's the problem is like, Terry probably didn't even know, because she just started following us. And there's a lot of people like Jess and Maya, like they didn't know that we had, had started up a new Instagram. And so we haven't been really good about getting that all done. So anyway, because I remember I was talking to somebody at my work the other day and I was like, yeah, we have an Instagram page. And they're like, oh yeah, what is it? And I was like, Big Bear. Wait a minute. It's the Big Bear Homestead. So it is what it is. We'll figure it out one of these years. Nah. So, all right. Well, we haven't eaten dinner yet.
I know.
So.
I know. And I got to keep an eye on that freezer. That's really stressing me out.
I think it's fine, but we'll see. Wish I could take them to my house. I know, right? He said it's 20 pallets of topsoil.
Like, don't go to Atlanta with those, bro.
I'll give you an address.
I don't even got to give you an address. I thought we posted it in
I think we did, but the problem that we're finding is Facebook decides when it wants to show you that we posted something. So it's just one of those things. It's
okay, April. That'll be cool.
Alrighty.
All right, y'all.
Oh no, D.
Guys,
Go eat.
Scrolling across the old
bottom of our
of
screen.
The screen there is our channel members. Go check them out. Show them some love. And also our sponsors. Murray McMurray, GrowVeg.com, Gallagher Electric Fencing, Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds. Who else is up there? I think that's it, right?
I feel like you're forgetting somebody.
LogOx.
LogOx, yeah.
Which, I'll tell you, we've had that LogOx forestry kit now for 2 years, 3 years.
2 or 3, yeah.
And, man...
It's still taking a beating.
It's still a hoss.
I don't think I could get my trailer down your driveway.
Yeah,
You'd be surprised.
Well, considering we've cut down a lot of those trees there.
Yeah, but you still got that big tree log right on the edge of the tree driveway. We know, Mama D. We got you.
You just don't love us anymore. Don't love us anymore. But if you guys could go check out those guys and give them some love, tell them you saw that they were supporting Big Bear Homestead, and you wanted to come and show them some love and some support.
He said one day I'll have new videos up for people to go check out. One of these days.
One of these days.
Can you take a look? I don't know what breed it is. Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming and spending Saturday night with us. I know we were a little late coming on tonight, and then we had the hiccup with the old internet. That was fun. And so be waiting by with bated breath for the videos that are coming out this week, because they're going to be some good ones, at least in our mind. They're going to be good.
My phone's telling me I need to go to bed.
So thanks for coming, hanging out with us.
Bye-bye.
And we will see you guys next week. So
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. And like Robin and I always say, plant smiles.
Grow giggles.
And harvest the love, baby. Yeah.
Good night, y'all. Happy Easter.
God bless. This is the special agent from the FBI. And here at the Bureau, we want to take this time and also wish everybody a very happy Easter. And we want to remind you that the FBI fully supports the Big Bear Homestead. We think that they are true red-blooded Americans that love America, and they have a lot of knowledge and experience in order to share with y'all. And here at the FBI, we believe that everybody should be 100% self-sufficient and self-reliant. At least this agent believes that. So keep up the great work out there. Remember, John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall.